Good morning. It's Wednesday morning here in McAllen, Texas. So I got up this morning and read my scriptures. Same verse that popped out at me yesterday is what popped out at me today. Yesterday morning I had to get up and go pick up my wife's ashes, and I didn't do a walk and talk yesterday. So today, same verse, Proverbs 24 verse 17. Do not gloat when your enemy fails. When the enemy falls, when they stumble, do not let your heart rejoice. There's something that ties into the sermons that were given by Pastor Clark Ortiz at Center Church, and Pastor Henry, I forget the name of the church, and it was they both were talking about the peace, having the peace of God. Understand that God controls everything, and whatever's happened is because He orchestrated it to happen, and to kind of go with it. and it's like trying to get out of a rip current. Just got to go with it, right? And just relax and let it get you through it. And when I read that verse, I'm like, who's paying attention to your enemies, right? Who's paying attention to the people that did you wrong that much, I mean, both of my ex-wives, I hope they have peace. Don't fixate on that having that anger and rage. It eats you up physically. It who was it? Oh yeah. So I had this producer rip me off for like $55,000. Well, yeah, I mean, it paid for the crew, the talent and all that, right? They got paid to do the deal, but that video will never get out there, right? Because he was eating the rest of it. He was he was holding off, he was slow walking the post-production, trying to get he was screwing over the project to try to get himself a larger percentage of the project. Okay, which just didn't work out. I just fired him. And then, so I'm like, and that's done. And then I ended up going to the Nevada State Athletic Commissioner, which was Mark Ratner at the time. And he's like, nope, the officials won't let you do it. They don't trust the fans. And I'm like, well, the fans kind of aren't trusting them right now. And so, it was dead right there. That's when it died, right? Well, this partner, a minority partner, this attorney who's already a millionaire, who's wanting to go, still harboring animosity to this producer, and I'm like, you're already a millionaire, you're $15,000, is, up in smoke, right? And, and it's not affecting your life, but it still burns him that guy did that. And he's still messing, and I'm like, let it go. Just let it go. And, it's crazy. Kinda crazy. How people will do that. Let that stuff eat them up. It's bad for your health. It's I listened to my wife, and she smoked. She used to smoke, and she used to run, right? And what's going on with her? When she was going through menopause, is she had some bypass surgery. She had a how do they call it? They put a balloon in your artery and to blow it up and get the plaque out, right? And so right after that surgery, she had the heart attack and a stroke. Okay. And but she had some issues with her father and with her she had some tragic things happen. Like, she was pregnant, and the love of her life went to Vietnam, and 5 months she had a miscarriage, and then like 3 days later found out that he died in Vietnam. And the only way she could resolve that, she was mad at God. The only way that she could resolve that was to imagine that, the father of her child was in heaven taking care of the baby. And but she had, and then her first husband was abusive, with her, and so she had that kind of stuff. If you dwell on it, it has an effect on your health, either because it makes you do things that are detrimental to your health by the way you eat, drinking, smoking, whatever, not eating right, all that kind of stuff. Gonna give Candace Fox, a shout out. She told me, her mother hated her father and used to take it out on her. Just hit her for like no reason, right? And she was out of the house like as a teenager, living in the streets, right? And then and she's got a little edge to her, right? She's very smart, super intelligent. And well, then her mother got cancer, and the respiratory therapist put her in a coma. Independently, unilaterally made that decision, and because her mother was unruly in the hospital, which means if I wouldn't have taken my wife out of the hospital when they called me up and told me that if I'd come and sit with her, and because she was uncontrollable, if I wouldn't have taken her home, they probably would have put her in a coma too. All right. And you gotta watch out for that, right? And so she took her mother home, and she was in hospice for 3 weeks, right before she passed. But that's what triggered her to start living, start eating right and focus on her exercise. And now she's a world-class, world-famous, bodybuilder and trainer, and all of that. And she's a little feisty. We were talking. She's not afraid to get in your dish, right? And she's progressive thinking. She's like, she's building her brand, but she really wants to make a difference. She really wants to. She talks about these other trainers that have, these gimmicky workouts. They're not really tailoring the workouts to the client, They're just, they're doing the same, just one cookie cutter, one size fits all, right? Where she actually, I've never seen anybody like her, right? She's catching every little thing that you're doing, how you're standing, how you're holding your head, your position of your neck, and all that. She's paying total attention to. She kind of Ugo at Reuben's Grocery, right? He wants to meet her, right? Because of what I told him about her. And he watches what you like if you say something and you touch your face, he's like, that's an indicator to him that you could be lying, or there's more to the story. And he's just been observing people for so long. He picks up on these little, I wonder if he plays poker. I gotta ask him. That's funny. He picks up on your tell. Isn't that funny? He wants me to try to get her to come down to the store, and he wants to talk to her about what his superfoods and all that. And but he's intrigued by what I told him about her, and he's talking to me about Natalie used to talk when people were like, she either didn't trust them or they well, you know, she didn't like what they were gonna say or whatever. She'd treat them like they were a ghost. She took ghosting to a whole nother level, right? And just, so I had to tell him, you got to be like that. Don't let them get to you. All right. That's kind of what this says, right? All right, have a great day.